It's the FHO Live Podcast, where the truth will be told. We promise you that.
My eyes bleed from the memories. Photo albums of me in the penitentiary. Cell scenes. Through the squabbles and the rumbles, I remain a G. I did what I had to do, so I D.O. I OT'd on the instrumental. I introduced my menno to run the business in the benzo. So I lay low, I'm pointing ends by the pesos. Words from a true Nathaniel, I miss Nathaniel. Papa.
God damn. It's Big Sil. What the mouth do besides tell the truth? FHO Podcast Radio.
Dreams in the game I remember them nights in the coast. Collect calls to the house, my mama in jail. They want $100,000 if I won't bail. Can I keep it real? Can I keep it real? I was in the streets, I was blindsided. I was itching for the dollars, yeah, I couldn't hide it. Sentence 12 years is what the judge decided. Can I keep it real? Can I keep it real?
What's up, Jeremy? What you up to, man?
What's up, Big Sil? This is your boy Passionate from the Light Ministry Biker Church from Los Angeles, California. When we're not riding, we listen to FHO Podcast Radio.
Yo, this is Visions by Cinnamon Smiles. If I'm not advertising, networking, or promoting for you, I'm tuned in to FHO Radio with Big Sil, shouty.
Checking in from an undisclosed location. This is your boy King Pooh, representing the Kings of the South Atlanta Mother Chapter. And every time I get a chance, best believe I'm listening to my boy Big Sil on FHO Podcast.
Hold on, dudes. What you up to, man?
Say, man, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Hold on, give me shit. Fuck, I got some hair caught in my throat or something. Say, man, y'all know. Y'all know what it is, man. It is Wednesday night, man, 7 p.m. around-ish, 7 p.m.-ish. And we on, man, me and my man, Two Guns, MC 101, Protocol, Tradition, stand on.
You're listening to MC 101 Talk Show. Live. Hosted by Two Guns. Co-hosted by Big Sil. And we talking straight motorcycle protocol. Tune in every Wednesday around 7 p.m. for pure motherfucking facts on FHO Podcast Radio. MC 101.
Hey, Trey, we talking about the
motorcycle
bike weeks, man.
Is life.
Some of the things, history of the bike weeks and stuff like that, with everything coming out.
So we back on, man. We back on. We going down right here on MC 101, Tradition and Protocol. Say, man, make sure you share the video. Listen to what I'm telling y'all, man. Make sure you share the video. Let everybody know we on. Let everybody know to support the movement, support the channel. We got a lot of positive stuff going on, man, lately. I've been knocking it out the park. And every Wednesday we knock it out the park. So, I mean, it just is what it is. As always, my man, Two Gun. What's happening with you, baby? What you been up to, man?
Nothing. Just, man, had a birthday, not last weekend, actually. That was my birthday on the 17th, but just doing that. Man, 54, I was joking around earlier, but the fam got me a box. You know, we always keep them 7.62s around. It was funny, too, because somebody was over here busting at the house, around by the house, and I'm like, man, they busted over here. And then next you know, the sheriff pulled up in my driveway. He like, is that you? I'm like, nah, man, it ain't me. So,
hey, man.
Like, how you know, man? Like, how you gonna come over here like that?
they know who was who around this motherfucker. They know what's going on. Yo, you might get fooled the rest of them suckers, but we know what's going on, man. We know who is who, man. It is what
man,
that's
that country. That's that country living, man. You know, that's why I love living out here in the country, man. I do what I want to out here, man. I got acreage.
That part right there. Let me do these shout out. DJ Vegas, what up? 7 Carat. I see you, mama. Derek D. Nice Davis, Harlem World Primo, Emo, Brandon Smith, New York. What up, New York? LA Soul Brother. Cheers. Yes, sir. Mike Martin Sr. Hey, cheers. I'm finna pull up on you in a minute. Cheers. I'm finna pull up on you. Cheers. Charles Pompey. Georgia Boy 23, Noble 1893, Samuel Aldridge, what it do? Kane 4L, man. You see, I just got through knocking that, man. I got to get my other song. I need some instrumentals too, Kane. That song y'all heard, that was Kane 4L called Cold Cell. You can check the song out on SoundCloud. Make sure you hit him up, show him some love. Tell him FHO sent you, man. AW Harley Rider, man. Slowpoke, what up? Bama Bam, CPRMC, Soulfly Kai, what up? The first female at FHO, Miss Soulfly Kai. First female to come on board and do her thing, man. So much love to her. Catch replay, have my line. Okay, there it is. VFHO, Savage, Ron Eason, Mikey, what is that? Mikey Smith, Frank Travis, Tony Lyles, OG Al. What up, Al? Hey, say, man, let me show you how FHO do it, man. My man Al is out there on the West Coast repping. You feel what I'm saying? Putting it down, and he been doing his thing lately, man. So the family called me up, my VP. They called me up, man, we need to take care of Al, man. So we shot him some bread for Bakersfield, man, so he can get it in out there for the event he going to. Shout out to V. That's the VP. Hey,
about to be out there.
Hey,
about to be out there in August.
You going out there in August? We'll be out actually in August. If you're going in August, I'll be in Sturgis. But September, me, Snowman, and Flacco are doing a ride, man. We going to Sacramento, so that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
The three amigos.
Yeah, I'm going off.
Okay.
I'm going all the way back home, Stockton, and then Oakland. I didn't know that the East Bay was doing something the next couple of weeks, but I got to get back, so I can't be doing that. But we'll see what's up with that.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I might try to.
I gotta get a ride in with you. I really got to see if you know how to ride a motorcycle. So I got to get a ride in with you.
Man, look, don't say that, man. Look, when we hit when that trike be hitting that 90-mile-an-hour curve, and you be sitting there like, what the fuck? I'm just telling you, man. Look, telling you.
I know my lane, nigga. I know how to rag it on that. Panther, SUMC, Soldiers United MC. What up with it, man? Emo again. Chris Blakeney, what's happening with it? My man Frederick Mayo, thank you for that donation right off the rip. Daharu MC, what's happening? Joe John, Shelton Crump, DJ again, my man DJ Vegas. Utah Mike, what happening? Joseph Green, Mr. Jones, and Lost One Kern. What it do? KG, what up, KG? Rodney Stevens, Boogie Bell. Who else we got? We got a bunch of people. Let me see. Chauncey Dixon, One Day, ULC, HC Barrios, and Rig Madden 2. What up? So we on, man, tonight, man. Tonight, and my man, Two Guns. Who you got? You got some shout-outs, Two Guns, some special announcements?
Yeah, man, we got on my line, Trevor right now is up on there, and then my man Loctite, man, I'm telling you, man, went to Memphis, Number Love, man. He did a lot of good deeds. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that was going on with my man TJ Pass. So Loctite was there. He was Deuce, man. He just did. I mean, just soldiered up, man. That was real cool of me, man, to be able to reach out, touch with the family. I mean, they knew each other and all that, but it was nice to be able to meet up with him, man, get some drinks or whatever it is. Still tripping on that damn club with the 2 strip poles, but Keisha Brown, Helmsley, man, thank you for being here. So, we just moving on.
What up, Keish? So listen, man, he said his name is Loctite. I can imagine, let me just say this. I've never seen the brother, don't know the brother. But with a name like Loctite, that sounds like somebody you don't want to get into a tussle with, at least a hands-on tussle. You don't want to get, if he grab you, he gonna lock tight on your ass. So that's what you don't want to mess with that one. You understand me?
Man, he's just classic, man. He's an old school cat, man. Classic cat, man. One of the actual founders, man. If I'm mistaken, but just classic dude, man. That's what it's about. When you get a chance to go break bread. Like, these cats don't understand, man. I really don't hit the parties, man. I go to meet people, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. Hey, I do it too, but, I go to meet people, man, get the old heads in the corners, man, and have conversations, man.
There it is, there. So besides your birthday, and besides your I saw your little ugly gift you got for your birthday. Besides that, and besides your birthday, you feel what I'm saying? Not the ugly gift. I thought you was at first. I thought you told me you got the hat.
Man. Look, y'all don't even understand it, man. This is one of those things you look at and you think it's a gun box, but in actuality, man, it was something that was really special, man. Given to me by my family, my wife, and what she did is she got me these glasses.
Wow.
And you can't read it. It says 2 guns, and it says because I can. And the story behind that was I got pulled over in South Carolina. By the time it all got done, it was about 4. There was 2 highway patrolmen and patrolmen from the Yamasi area.
Okay.
So they came up, and old boy asked me about, if I had any weapons in the car, and I said, yeah, I got a gun on my hip, and then one's underneath the seat. And so he was like, whoa. So next you know, he called it for backup. These motherfuckers show up, and so dude comes up, he's like, man, why you carrying 2 guns? And I'm like, shit, because I can. And then he goes, who are you afraid of? That you need 2 guns? And I'm like, shit, I got 2 guns. I ain't worried about shit. And everybody laughed and walked up.
Well, there it is, man. So, my man, 2 Guns, happy belated birthday to you, brother. All right, so let's get this topic started, man. First off, let me say this, and I've always been asked, are you going to Black Bike? You going to Myrtle Beach? You going to this? I've only been one time in my life, and that one time was more than enough for me. And I watched this, and this is my argument. And I'm going to just say this, and then I'm going to let you get into it. I will never go and force people to take my money that don't want me there. I'm just not going to do that. And when I went and I saw how the city, the town, the police department, and everybody else treated motorcyclists, and I'm not going to say us as in color, black, white, or whatever. I saw how they treated motorcyclists. I saw how they treated our economic dollars that contribute to their city on a yearly basis, that keep them afloat. You feel what I'm saying? All the hotels are booked. All the Airbnbs are booked. All the beach houses are booked. You feel what I'm saying? But yet and still, you want to treat us like it's nothing, like our money don't mean nothing. And I was done with it. I was actually, in the time that I went, I was invited by a partner of mine, my boy Gaddafi, and the whole 9 yards. So that's even the only reason why I went. And I'm gonna just say, for those that go and do your thing, it is what it is. First off, to me, it's almost like an age limit. After you get to a certain age, then a certain mental age. We're not gonna say physical age, but after you get to a certain mental age, then Myrtle Beach is a waste of your time anyway. But however, it is what it is. People go. It's a trailer fest. Don't nobody. The few people that ride, most people trailer, and it just is what it is. But my biggest thing is this, people, is that you have to understand that economically, the bike set supports whole cities. Whenever we do gather and we come together, you feel what I'm saying? And that is power. But if you don't take hold of your power, if you don't stop and demand that your dollars be recognized, then they'll never recognize them. And that's my purpose for never, ever, ever going back to Myrtle Beach, unless I know it's a change, or, if I got a gig down there or something that's different. But just to go to Myrtle Beach, I will never. And I almost feel almost now the same way a little bit with Daytona and Panama Beach and stuff like that. But it is what it is. My thing of it is that because like with Daytona and Panama Beach, you got certain restaurants in certain areas where you can't wear your colors and this and this and that. And again, that's because of the power, the previous incidents. But still, so because one monkey messed up, you're going to stop the whole show. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, if I go anywhere and they tell me I can't wear my cuts, then my little $10, $20 that I'm going to spend, whatever I was going to spend, we out of here. And that's just me now. And again, I'm not against nobody. I'm not telling you, you are anything other than whatever you are for going to Myrtle Beach. That's your choice. Enjoy yourself and have a good time. But at least respect your own money that you work hard for. Show us some respect. Show us some love. And make sure everybody else do. If you go anywhere in this world and people, your money, you take out your money and people act like they don't care to get it, or, you got to force them to get it, or they, then that's a problem. So I'm going to let you take the thing over, and you can go ahead and man.
I mean, they care. Like, just to start, my first experience with a bike week was in Sturgis, and it was like 1989. And one of my mans was like, yo, man, we gonna hit Sturgis up. And we didn't ride out there. We drove out there. So, it was like this situation where he was like, man, let's do it. I'm like, I ain't got to leave like that. I can't take leave. He said, man, we just going to drive out there real quick and we going to come back. And so I was like, all right, man, we can do that. Whatever it is, we'll get out there. So we went out there, did the trek just to see what it was about, see what's up with it. And it was wild. I mean, it's like you said, the first experience that you have, you're like, oh shit, these motherfuckers is off the chain. But again, you talking about 1989, early parts, And it wasn't like that the way it is now. See, like Sturgis now, and I want to understand, this is the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic, because what they're trying to...
You talking about Sturgis? Or
No, I'm talking about Sturgis, because I don't even address the white side or the black side, whatever it is. I address what's fucked up in this whole process with these bike weeks.
Okay.
So like Sturgis originally was a get-together for bikers to come there and just enjoy themselves, have a party, hit spots. Now, it wasn't in what you see it in now. Now you see them, they done caged them in, they done put them in the fairgrounds. They done basically isolated them so they're not in town. Sturgis used to be, you was downtown drinking, partying, having a good time, enjoying yourself. That was Sturgis. That's how it was. Everybody hit the back roads. Now, when I went back to Sturgis in the mid-'90s, when I lived in Montana, we went to Sturgis from 95 or 96 to 2000. Every year I was at Sturgis and riding to Sturgis and going to Sturgis and being a part of Sturgis. And it was about 2000-ish, around that time frame, when Sturgis changed and they moved everybody inside. And so that's what I saw. Now, I only told that story because I'm hearing things that what they're doing now and what they've done with the Atlantic Beach Fest, and I want to address that. I want to talk about that a little bit. But they're getting ready to actually do the same thing as they were doing with Sturgis, because what they found out is, in all honesty, they don't want your money in those towns. They don't want all the activity. They don't want all the destruction. They don't want none of that. They want to take all the people that's associated with Black Bike Week, now it is associated with Black Bike Week, and they want to put them in the fairgrounds. They want to put them in an area that they can control, so that you can't do what you're supposed to do. So understand what a bike week is. A bike week is supposed to be, you come to an area that has some very, very beautiful scenery, like Sturgis. Man, the Black Hills Mountains, if you ain't never rode the Black Hills Mountains, you're missing out. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous to just get on those bike paths and go. When they went to Daytona was always about getting on the beach, riding down the beach, Main Street, hanging out, doing stuff like that. Atlantic Beach Bike Fest, Memorial Bike Fest, which is the original name for Black Bike Week. And I want to address that and talk with that, but I didn't know if you got something else to fill, because that story is a little bit longer. So I didn't know if you had something you wanted to keep rolling.
No, it's all in conjunction with it. Okay.
So to understand how actually Black Bike Week started, Black Bike Week started based on what was called Atlantic Beach. And Atlantic Beach from 1930s. In the 1930s, a whole bunch of businessmen got together, and they said if they wanted a beach that that Black, African Americans, Blacks, whatever you want to call it, they could come to that beach, because that was the only beach that was segregated. Like literally, every other beach was segregated. They didn't want you there. And it was at a point where even in Atlantic Beach, they had a line that they made in the water, and they put cones and things like that, so you couldn't come over on that side. So that was the separation between the blacks and the whites. So they addressed that they wanted this place to be a place that, and it started to roll. I mean, it started to pick up steam. 40s and 50s started to get more bigger. 60s and 70s, it was starting to be, really big. So about 1980s, the Carolina Knights, which I can't remember what their first name was, but the Carolina Knights, they actually started and got together and said, man, fuck this. We're not dealing with the Harley Week, which is in that area is the week before Black Bike Week. We're not messing with them because we're not wanted. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our own theme in Atlantic Beach. And that's when Atlantic Beach Bike Fest, Memorial Bike Fest, started up. And it was huge. I mean, it started out as 100 people. By the 90s, mid-90s, man, that thing, it was out of control. And so Atlantic Beach found out, because when it started, Carolina Knights, and the reason why they did it was because they wanted to bring revenue into Atlantic Beach, which again was still prominently a black area. So they wanted to bring that revenue in so they could build the infrastructure so that they could actually make some money for the city, and the city bought in on the plan, and it was working. But what happened was it got so big that they couldn't accommodate it. And so once they got to the point where they couldn't accommodate it, and all of a sudden Myrtle Beach is over there peeking in the window, looking at what's going on, Myrtle Beach is saying, man, this is big. They're not just 500 people. They're not, you're talking substantial numbers of people that are coming in. So all of a sudden, when it got so big and all of a sudden people started moving over into Myrtle Beach, what Myrtle Beach did, and it's called the Gray Strands area, that area that's along Myrtle Beach that runs Atlantic Beach, and there's a bunch of different coastal towns in there, they started to shut down their businesses. And anybody that went against the shutdown, they would basically ostracize them and attack them, and the police would come there and harass them. So by about 2003 is when lawsuits started to happen, when people were going to Myrtle Beach and people were closing doors on them, didn't want them in their businesses, was basically just treating them like shit. So that's when the lawsuit started. That's when a bunch of shit started in terms of actual legal stuff that went down. So once that time came, I think it was like 2003-ish, once that time came, what happened then is Myrtle Beach said, well, fuck it, we getting in on this. So Atlantic Beach, who couldn't accommodate that, all of a sudden, because they couldn't accommodate it, they kind of pushed back, and that gave Myrtle Beach the way to be able to step in it. So to understand the story.
Let me say this real quick, because I want people to understand the magnificence of what you're saying. Just imagine, y'all. Let me break it down like this. Just imagine the average person that goes to Myrtle Beach, and we're going to say what the numbers are, about 5 or 10,000 right now. What the numbers about Myrtle Beach about?
Yeah, I mean at a minimum you'd say 5,000. Just at a minimum, that's the minimum number.
So at a minimum, you're talking about 5,000 people spending. Let me say this now. I'm gonna be modest. $100 a day for 4 days. What kind of revenue does that do to that city?
Man, look, I'll tell you, here's how, I'll get into that just in a second, but so people understand to finish it up. So here's how it happened with Myrtle Beach. So what Myrtle Beach did is Myrtle Beach came in, and they had a bunch of people that came in. They had some marketing people and all that. So they came in, and they said, we're going to take the Atlantic Beach Bike Fest, and we're going to run with it. We're going to do this. We're going to take care of this. And what they did is they effectively cut Atlantic Beach out, and they effectively cut out the Carolina Knights. So now I tell people, when you go to Black Bike Week, you don't see anything that says Atlantic Beach Memorial Bike Fest. You see Black Bike Week. You don't see revenue and money going to them. Now, when we look at it, we're talking millions. I'm not talking, 100,000. We're talking millions of dollars. At a minimum, $5 million that is going to Myrtle Beach. That's just me just coming out with a number. I guarantee you it's way more than that. Only $60,000 goes back into Atlantic Beach. That's all that goes back. So even if you made $1 million, $60,000, that's less than basically 0.6%.
Yeah, that's less than 10%. Yeah,
that's less than 10%. It's basically 6%. So when you look at that, what they did is they took something that was started by Carolina Knights. They took that and they took away any monetary value they could make, because they rebranded the whole thing into Black Bike Week. So they took that away, and then what they did is now what's happening right now, so you guys get caught up on it, and so now they've taken away Black Bike. They made it Black Bike Week. They took it away from there. They took it away from Atlantic Beach, which is the original people or the original foundation of what started it, and they took it. Now they've made it and they commercialized it, and so now. If you go to Black Bike Week, the last time I went to Black Bike Week was 2013 or 14, something like that. Either way, when I went there, everybody was crowded up at Hooters.
Yep.
So it was like the Hooters parking lot was jam-packed. That was the spot to go.
But even to get there, it took you 3 hours.
Well, we'll talk about that one too. So now, when they came down to it, what they did is they went in, and this was like 2006 or 2007, 2008. They were making substantial money in the conference rooms and in the hotels. The hotels were selling out. They were doing the conference rooms were selling out. They were having 3 or 4 parties going on at one place. That's the magnitude of the money that was being made by these companies, and they're making the money off of your backs, off of our backs. And they don't have enough respect to even say, "Well, these guys are coming in and providing this. We're gonna ring the bells out for them. We're gonna show them the best time that they have." So now what they've done is they've made a big ass circle around the damn whole town that you can barely get in and out. And guess what? Now you can't even ride your motorcycle because you're riding long lists of time just to get around, and there's nothing there. Because what they did is they took away all of your ability to be able to get into the hotels, be able to get into any areas that you wanted to get into and hang out and party or whatever. They took all that away. So now what I'm hearing is now that they're going to do just like they did in Sturgis. They're going to take you and they're going to throw you into a fairground, and they're going to keep you housed in that fairground so that you're not associated with what's going on the streets, so they can open the streets back up for the rich people that come into town. Wow. Now that's where we look at it and we say to ourselves, are we being basically prophetized by not understanding what is actually happening? Because what's actually happening is they are basically systematically removing money that could have went to Atlantic Beach and could have been a part of the Carolina Knights, because we're not going to see the Carolina Knights. We're not going to see Atlantic Beach. We're not going to that area. We're not in those areas. Where we're at the Hooters. We're in the conference centers. We are not specifically in areas that we need to be in where our money counts. And that's the biggest problem that I see right now with what's going on with the bike events. Now, this isn't just Black Bike Week. This is even in Daytona. Even in Daytona right now, they're housing everybody into places. They're housing everybody in the compounds. They're housing everybody in the campgrounds. They're trying to move you off the streets and have you not riding, so that now all of a sudden it becomes not Black Bike Week, but Black Car Week. And that's really what it's turning into. And if you go to any Black Bike Week, if you've been to any Black Bike Week, the cars outnumber the bikes.
Yes.
And so that's what I addressed it with. And just so y'all, real shout out to Hills, Violet Hills. She's one of the people that's really pushed to keep Black Bike Week in Myrtle Beach. When I tell you this woman, if it was not for her, Black Bike Week would have ended probably about 6 years ago, because the city council wanted to stop Black Bike Week. And she fought, working with the city to make things better.
Yeah, but even with that, and not taking nothing from her, but what I'm saying is this. I went, it was probably in 2020, so I had to go like maybe 13 or 14. And for me, it was totally ridiculous that you got traffic going, that you can't make no lefts, no rights. You got to go all the way down here. Then you got to do this. And I mean, listen, man, let me tell you something. I was so disgusted as a human being. That shit to me felt like fucking my grandmother and them back in slavery. That's what it felt like. And I mean, the police had no sympathy. You know, they didn't, you couldn't stop and ask a question. You couldn't, I mean, it was bring your ass. All right, when you going, get the fuck out of here. It was crazy. And then like, even in the hotels, you done doubled your rates. You understand what I'm saying? You done doubled your rates. Whatever restaurant is open, the price of listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, what y'all don't understand is they got Black Bike Week menus. The menu is different for Black Bike Week.
Absolutely.
They switch out the menus. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. From I can't really say no name, from every hamburger place to every restaurant, they switch out the menus. They are switching out the menu. Oh, boop. The price, they're adding $2, $3.
Not a question, man.
Yeah.
They're adding way more than that. Just so you know right now, I mean, I wanted to find out because somebody had talked about it, and we was looking at maybe going into a campground. We was going to do a campground and just say, you know what, we're going to go and we're going to do old school biker shit. We're going into the campground and we're going to do this. They wanted $300 a day to go to the campground. A campground where you laying on the ground or you got a tent. Wow. Now that's just there. When they started looking at rooms and whatever it was, the cheapest room in Daytona 2 months ago was $320-something. That was right on the strip. If you went outside of Daytona, like Lake Mary, Sanford area, stuff like that, around that area, it was about $170 a night. And so when you look at those prices and you understand the dynamics and the monetary value that's going into these bike weeks, and what are we really going to these bike weeks for? Now, I'm not a proponent to say you don't need to go to a bike week, you don't need to be a part of it. No, I'm not even saying that. What I'm trying to explain or what I'm trying to say to you is, if your goal is to go to bike week to just be a part of bike week, then that's your goal. If your goal is to actually go to bike week to get a chance to meet some bikers or get a chance to hang out or do, ride with some bikers and stuff like that, that's probably not what you're going to do. You're going to be stuck in these long-ass lines. You're going to be bikes overheating. People are just going to be nasty towards you. And we're not even talking about the cops, man. I mean, we got pulled over. Everybody. My former nation got pulled over for no reason whatsoever. And you know what they told us? We're just doing ID checks. ID checks. We're like, man, that's not legal. You can't do a fucking ID check. and they pulled us over, did an ID check, and was basically walking up and down the bikes, checking the bikes to make sure that the bikes didn't have any legal modifications and blah, blah, blah. Oh, your handlebars is this. Oh, your handlebars is that. Man, one year, they was checking motherfuckers at the rest area. They had motherfuckers come to the rest area, and if the bike had a motherfucking handlebar, they was writing the tags down so that if they saw you riding in Daytona, they automatically give you a ticket. They already told you. And you don't know about Florida, man. When you go to Florida, I don't know if it's South Carolina, I don't know if they have that, but they don't even have to play with you, man. They just say, give me like, flip that thing, and the thing goes, print out, and 2 seconds later, you're on the road.
That's it. I mean, but
these motherfuckers ain't right shit.
But this the thing, ladies and gentlemen, and again, I don't want to come on here and bash Bike Week because of my experience. I haven't been to Daytona. This year, Sturgis. This year, we're going to Sturgis. We've been invited to Sturgis. We have 2 homes. That we're going to be, we still got bed space available. Anybody want to go to Sturgis, August the 5th through the 10th. We still got spaces available, bed spaces, the whole 9 yards. But my whole sole purpose for going to Sturgis is to simply just knock it off my bucket list. We may go to the main event maybe once. But one thing that we have done is we understand now that when we go places, it's the ride. After the ride, once you get there, after the ride, once you get there, anything else is whatever. But we are signing up for that Black Hills ride. You mentioned the Black Hills. They have a tour.
Oh yeah, man.
They have a tour that's a 23-mile ride. I think it is
man.
So we're definitely
you're gonna be up there like you're gonna be up there, man. I need to move to South Dakota. So you feel that cold.
But the main reason I'm doing Sturgis, hands down, and I'm gonna just keep it 100. Y'all know I got to keep 100. The main reason and the only reason why I'm doing Sturgis is because I can have a conversation with anybody. Well, I'm just gonna say a white person. And they ride motorcycles, and we're talking. And I'll be like, yeah, man, I done rode all 48 states. I done been all over the world. Have you been to Sturgis? No. Oh, well, brother, you haven't done, that. Listen, I met a guy. Listen, and I met a guy. We were in, I want to say New Mexico. And I pulled in to get gas. And he was on his bike heading somewhere. We, got to talk. Hey, what's going on? Where you headed to? Oh, I'm going to California. Oh, man, I'm headed back home, whatever. And in this conversation, he, what I do when my miles came up, he say, boy, you ride a lot. He said, I don't really ride that much, man, but, you're wasting your miles if you haven't been to Sturgis. So every conversation comes back to the event at Sturgis. So this year,
I would tell you, man.
Yeah.
If you guys is gonna ride in the Sturgis, then I would tell you go to 80, take Nebraska, and don't go across South Dakota. Go across Nebraska and come up through Wyoming and come up through Cheyenne, and then take the back way in through Gillette, and you will absolutely wonder why the fuck you ain't living in Wyoming. I swear, man, it's such a beautiful ride.
We've been through there. I do got a story. When me, Snowman, Smiley, we were doing our 48 states. We went through. We went through. But it wasn't during the rally. I'm saying I've been through there.
Yeah,
just not doing the rally. And this is the true. This is as true. Like I can call Smiley whatever. They had golf ball size snow falling. It was.
Oh yeah.
But listen, on our side of the street, it was no rain, no snow, no nothing. And right across the yellow line, at the yellow line on this side of the street, it's golf. I'm talking about cars, windows breaking, and everything. So we were thinking we were trying to get to an underpass before it actually came across the line, and it never came across the line. And that
Wyoming is
to me. That shit was
Wyoming is one of them states, man. Like I tell people, if you're gonna ride to Wyoming, and this is just the truth, honest, and I'll tell anybody out there, man, if you're gonna ride to Wyoming, if you can't ride 30 to 60 degrees, you might as well not even go to that state, because the wind out there is 30 mile an hour to 40 mile an hour constant. I mean, that's 30 miles an hour. That's standard. I mean, the windsock is a fucking chain. So that just tells you what it is. And when you see them trucks blown over on the side of the highway, you understand that 100 mile an hour gusts like that. 100 mile an hour gusts will take you from one side of the highway and put you on the other side just like that.
Yeah.
Ain't shit you can do about it.
And I told you that one day too. And it was real foggy in the morning. I left in the morning.
For sure.
I couldn't even see in front of me. I'm just driving by faith. And so, I mean, like I said, it's beautiful scenery. And like I said, we're going, but I'm only going, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, hands down. It's just so the next time somebody says, you ever been to Sturgis? Yeah, I went to the, Oh, you just kill the conversation. Just kill the conversation.
So, kind of back to let me jump back into that bike week. But one of the things that I do want you guys to understand too, I mean, there are some actual bike weeks out there that still kind of cater to it. Like Leesburg Bike Week, if you guys get a chance to go to Leesburg, Florida, it's the official old school biker event. If you got an opportunity to be in the Four Corners over there towards Durango has a Four Corners rally, man. That is something fierce. Even up in PA, man, up in Philadelphia and in that area, there's a huge rally that everybody gets together. But the thing about, and the separation between those rallies and the bike weeks is those rallies are specific to riding. And those rallies are specific to doing a certain thing. And they get out there and they ride those miles. And that's what it's about. And it's not just about going and partying. Now, they come back in, enjoy themselves, have a good time, do the things. That's kind of what Leesburg is. Leesburg puts on a ride in the morning. If you don't want to go on a ride in the morning, how it works is they have all of the special events, you know, the barrel rolls, the hot dog stuff. All that stuff happens during the daytime. At 10 o'clock, they shut the gates. So when they shut the gates, that's when the party starts. Yes. So that's the old school biker party. So that's the old school anything goes, man, we out here just doing what the fuck we want to do. And those are the type of events that I like to go to because it takes me back to those days that people were, and it's a campground. You can bring your camper in there, but you can't bring no cars in there. Bring your bike in there, but that's all you can bring. You can't bring no tent. I mean, you can bring your tents in, but you can't bring no cars in. They won't allow you to bring cars in. It's only RVs, and that's it. So a lot of times what they'll do is everybody will get together, they'll just have an RV, and then they'll bring their bikes or whatever it is, and they'll ride their bikes in, but they got the RV so that they can actually just hang out. And that's the specifics that I'm like addressing. When you go to Sturgis and you go to Black Bike Week and you go to Daytona, those are specific for you or not for you, for them to make money off of you. And that's really what they're doing is they're making money off of you. And again, I'm not pushing it. I'm not saying, yeah, you shouldn't go there because, man, going to Daytona and enjoying Daytona, you know, that's great. Going down the main street, being able to go down the main street and see what Main Street's about, that's great. But a lot of what's happened and a lot of things that you're going to see when you go to these bike weeks is law enforcement is absolutely ridiculous and they're waiting just to try to give you a ticket. And the amount of cars that you're going to see at these bike weeks, the amount of trailers you're going to see at these, I mean, I just saw a thing on Facebook and they're talking about, oh, if you need to get your trailer, bike, or whatever it is, we're leaving out of, I think it was, they were leaving out of Tennessee and they were coming to Bike Week in Florida and they were charging like $350 each way or whatever it is to trailer your bike. And I'm like, man, that's like 8 hours or 10 hours, man. That's just a good ride, you know? And, you know, I can't even tell you the war stories, man. I mean, you know, my man, Big Rob, man, he had a story catch and they was out of VA, man, and they come out of VA, trailer their bikes down to the border of South Carolina. Now, they didn't trailer their bikes to the border of South Carolina on 95. They trailered their bikes to the border of South Carolina on 17. So 17 is not a necessarily traveled road. So all of a sudden, my man is over there eating right at the border, eating at this little restaurant. He look over, he see motherfuckers. They taking their bikes off the trailers, taking them out of the trailers, jump on the bikes. Next thing you know, he says he goes into Myrtle Beach and these dudes rolling around. And then later on, I saw a picture of them. They posted up on the Myrtle Beach side like they rode in with their bikes. And those are the things that I look at, man, and I say, you know, you missed it, man, because you missed it. Because these guys are coming from VA. Now, I understand it, man. Like, a lot of people say this, and this is what they say. Oh, man, I'm coming from here, and I'm coming all the way down here, and this and that. And, man, I don't have the time. I ain't taking off no leave, and I ain't doing this, and I ain't doing that. And I tell them, I say, look, man, I want you to understand something so your excuse don't work with me. I drove out of Casper, Wyoming, and I was going to Paragould, Arkansas. That's 1,700 miles for you if you don't know. So I went from Paragould, Arkansas on Thursday, basically after I got off of work. We went down to Denver. So we started down to Denver, and that Saturday morning, or Friday morning, actually, we got on the road. So I took a Friday off, and I took a Monday off. Tuesday morning, I was back to work. I rode from Paragould, or from basically from Casper, Denver, whatever it is, all the way across to Paragould, and from Paragould all the way back. It was a 4-day trip, and all we were doing basically was going there for one basically event. That's all it was. We got there Saturday morning, had a party Saturday, or did the Saturday thing with the brothers, had a party Saturday night, got back on the road Sunday morning, and rode back to Wisconsin. So when people tell me they can't do that, man, it's just like, come on. And guess what? I had 6 rods in my back, 4 screws, and a 6.5-inch titanium rods in my hips. So when people tell me that you can't do that, I just look at them like, come on, man, you just making excuses. Because if you really, really want to get on this and you really, really love riding that bike, man, you go get on that. Because it ain't just
like this. I got one better for you than that. I kill them out like, if you could drive, you could ride. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
If you could drive,
it's the same thing. Ain't no right there.
If you could drive, you could ride. Man, we're going to pay some bills, man, and we'll be right back, man. You're listening to the MC 101, man.
You're listening to MC 101 Talk Show. Live. Hosted by 2 Guns. Co-hosted by Big Cell. And we talking straight motorcycle protocol. Tune in every Wednesday around 7 p.m. for pure motherfucking facts on FHO Podcast Radio. MC 101, where motorcycling is life. It's the Queens of the South Motorcycle Club, and they want you to know it's 2020, and they are taking over Central Florida the weekend of April 17th through the 19th. All chapters will be present from Charlotte and Fayetteville, North Carolina, to Houston and Dallas, Texas, along with Birmingham and Huntsville, Alabama, and last but never least, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They pound coast to coast and have no boundaries as the riding never stops. Come out and celebrate starting Friday night, meet and greet, and Saturday, grill and chill block party from 4 p.m. until with your favorite queen. For hotels and more info, contact Queen Handful at 407-314-9360. Queen Takeoff at 619-886-9711 or Queen Double Scoop at 404-637-9900.
Man, it's your boy Big Sarge from Florida Chapter Soul Brothers, man. Y'all know how I get down. I'm always listening to my man Big Cell from FHO Podcast Radio. He keep it motorcycle.
Eco One, the superior eco-friendly motorcycle and auto detailing spray. Eco One super wetting and low foaming polymer technology cleans by flowing underneath the dirt particles and lift them away from the surface. All you need to do is spray, wipe, and watch the amazing shine appear. All of this is done with very little time and effort, but the results look like you spent all day waxing your vehicle. Eco One. Don't ride
what up,
dirty.
y'all? This Big Punch from the motherfucking candy shop. We chilling over here with Big Cell, man, the FHONICKEMMY, man, you know what I mean? All them alphabets, man. But they got all that shit going. Holla.
Montana Cigar Company sells premium cigars and accessories. Located in Union City, Georgia at 4641 Flat Shoals Road, Suite C, Union City, Georgia 30291. Montana Cigar Company offers a smooth, laid-back, serene, mature adult environment for cigar aficionados. Discounts for all the first responders, military, teachers, and nurses. Come enjoy your favorite games and boxing matches on our big screen TVs. We also have a poker table where you can come and try your luck.
Hey y'all, this is Rob from Money's Car Stereo on the west side. Hey, when I'm not out here working on my old Chevys or putting some music on somebody's bike, I'm listening to the FHO Podcast Show.
Select Luxury Cars, proud sponsor of the FHO Podcast Live Show. The most diverse luxury vehicle selection in the greater Atlanta area. The highest quality customer service and unmatched nationwide pricing. Contact Mike Goodall at 678-855-2292 to schedule your appointment today. Select Luxury Cars, trusted family dealer since 1994.
Yo, what's up, man? This your boy, man, Mr. Let Me Hold Something himself, DJ Dirty. And you're listening to FHO Podcast Radio with my main man, Big Cell, the FHO ABCDEFGHNIC. Big Cell, Come on, man. Speak on it, man. Let's ride.
What's up, Big Sal? This is your boy, Passionate from Enlightened Ministry Biker Church from Los Angeles, California. When we're not riding, we listen to FHO Podcast Radio.
Yo, this is Visions by Cinnamon Smiles.
We're back in a minute, man.
I'm not advertising, networking, or promoting for you. I'm tuned in to FHO Radio with Big Sal, shouty.
Say, man, we back, man. Had to pay them bills, man, get that out there. Shout out to all of my people, man. Pastor Nate, my girl Cheeks, my boy Pooh, Sarge, everybody, man. DJ Dirty. It is what it is, my man, Big Punch, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. Right now, I want to tell all of y'all I love you guys. Everybody that's tuned in, everybody that's watching, I love you. And thank you for tuning in, and thank you for just being down, man. And listen, one thing I want you to understand is this, is that what Two Guns is giving you and what I'm giving you, we're just sharing information. We're not saying we're the gospel. We're not saying, hey, we're not here to tell you what you can and cannot do with your motorcycle and how to motorcycle. We're just sharing experiences and sharing, the history and saying that, hey, we need to get together and preserve the history. So a lot of people, when you guys hear shows like this, you take it and you start judging me or him as individuals. And again, it's do what you do. But I'm speaking from experience. He's definitely speaking from super experience, from being on both sides of the fence. And it's for you to take what you need and throw the rest away, because it might not actually be for you, but it may be for somebody else next to you. So that's all it is. I just wanted to put that out there. We love you. And again, we hope that you guys take this information and you make it what it is. All I'm saying is that we're coming into a time where if as a grown person, when you don't understand the value of your dollar, because I'm going to tell you like this, you want to get rid of them barricades, you want to get rid of that little circle that they got you in, that little, that little cow circle, how they used to run the cows around, just don't go.
Exactly.
1 year, just don't go don't go for 1 year. And when they don't get that revenue, you understand me? From 1 year, 1 year's revenue will shut that shit down. I promise you it will. They'll be begging.
I want to touch real quick, man. And the reason why I did this show really, man, was to salute. And I got the name. And originally, they was called the Flaming Night Riders Motorcycle Club, and then later they changed it to the Carolina Night Riders Motorcycle Club. But the main reason why I wanted to do this was really to salute that club. I've had a chance to meet a few of them, but not all of them. But to salute them, and even on the page, MC 101, Tradition and Protocol, I did an actual post about it. Go in and read that, because all it is just the general information of exactly kind of how it was and how things went down. But I wanted to make sure that those brothers get a shout out, because on this side of the tracks, they really initiated something that is not appreciated. Because think about this, man. They did this. Black Bike Week is not because Myrtle Beach decided that they wanted you in their places. Carolina Night Riders, Flaming Night Riders originally, they're the reason why this is going on. How can you not go to their clubhouse and break bread? How can you not go to pay homage to them? Because they started this, man. They are the OGs in this. They are, I hate to say it like this, they the 1%ers in this. They the one that did it. They the one that initiated this, and they the one that laid the foundation. So how can you go to Myrtle Beach and spend your money in Myrtle Beach when Atlantic Beach is right down the road, and that's where it started at? That's where your history's at. That is where the foundation of you as a black biker. Say this again. The foundation of you as a black biker started because they gave you an avenue. They gave you a place that you could come to and ride. I've got pictures, old school pictures, of the 1950s where black bikers got together at the beach and hung out. That was the only place that they were allowed. Can you understand that, man? That was the only place they was allowed. And so now you look at it and you say, I'm going spending, you go to Myrtle Beach and you actually do Myrtle Beach. You do Myrtle Beach, you coming out your pocket at least $500 to $1,000. That money goes nowhere to that original person, the original club that started that. So if you go to Myrtle Beach and you go to Black Bike Week and you don't pay homage to those guys, come by their clubhouse, break bread with them. If you don't do that, then you are the problem with society right now, because it's just a gimme, but they really don't want you, but they want your money. And that's exactly what we're talking about. When you go to these restaurants, all of a sudden, a week earlier, you was out there, and
everything was open.
A pack of wings, or say like a tin of wings was $12. Now all of a sudden it's $28.
Yeah.
See, that's how they doing you, and they running you up, because they gonna get your money, but they treating you differently than they treating others. There's an Amazon special about it that talks about Black Bike Week and White Bike Week. And it's bad that we addressing that, and we have to address that. But when you look at it, why would you continue to give your profits and your proceeds to somebody that don't want you there? And if you want to do that, that's fine, man. That's on you, man. But at least go pay homage. When I go, and I'm going to actually go this year, when I go, I'm going to Carolina Night Riders. I'm going to go hang out with them. I'm going to go break bread with them. Shit, I might go live with them. I'm going to go and show homage.
Do we have an address for their clubhouse?
I'll put it up on the page, man. Okay. I want to make sure, you got to talk to them first before you throwing out the addresses. But they'll let you know what's up, man. And they out there, you can Google them or whatever it is. But the main aspect of that is pay homage and pay respect to them by going down to that area in Atlantic Beach and supporting the Atlantic Beach area. Don't make it all about shaking your ass or wearing thongs or whatever it is on the beach. Shake your ass down Atlantic Beach and see where your actual history comes from if you're a black biker, because that's where it came from. That's like going to Oakland and not showing respect to the East Bay Dragons. That's like going to Oakland and not showing respect to Chosen Few. Those dudes are the foundation. That's like going into Palo Alto or going into those areas and not showing respect to Soul Brothers. Those guys are the guys that founded that type of situations where black bikers is out there, man. And I say this as a 42% black man. I mean, you got to be able to present that. And I go, it don't matter what it is, because it's the same thing on the white side, man. You go to Sturgis, they don't give a fuck about you. They just give a fuck about your money. And the second that you don't go and you don't provide that money, I can tell you this, and this is God honest truth, and I'll be off my soapbox. Sturgis had 2006. It was 2006. I remember because 2005, I took a stripper out there. But anyway, 2006. wait, I didn't say that. In 2006, there was an incident that occurred, and Sturgis had low numbers that year. And it was a bad situation. They had low numbers. And it even came out, man, Sturgis wasn't Sturgis. Man, they jumped through hoops, finding rooms, finding things, accommodations. Man, when I called up to get a thing the next year, they was like, look, man, rooms is going for $105 right now. Posted, I'm like, wait a minute, y'all, their prices went down because I was paying $279 to get to a fucking room.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the police wasn't fucking with you as much as they was fucking with you the years before that. See, that's where you're talking about. All of a sudden, when shit start to lose that money, now all of a sudden they talking to the police. Hey man, y'all chill the fuck out, man. Just let them enjoy themselves. Don't mess with them as much because we're losing money. Anybody that's ever been to BCR, which is the Black College Reunion, understands what they did to the BCR. They took the BCR, which was an annual college reunion for black universities, HBCUs. They took that, and what they did is they made it into a situation where you could not even go there. But they didn't care because it was bike week. I'm not bike week, but it was college break. So the amount of money that MTV was bringing in, the amount of money all these different things was bringing in, they didn't care because they wasn't losing any money. So what they do, man, they had every block, there were 6 cops in between blocks. They will pull you over for anything. And that's where it's coming to. See, once they get to the point where they don't need your money anymore because they've already made enough money through Harley Week, the second they don't need your money, that's what they're going to start to do. They're going to start to phase your ass out. And they're going to start to make it to the point where you don't want to go there anymore. And they're going to make it to the point where people aren't going to want to go there.
Got a question from Rob BMC. Sal, how is the national roundup going to be affected in Georgia this year with some of the concerns y'all brought up so far? Let me say this about the National Bikers Roundup. I'm never one to bash a situation. Me personally, the only thing I will say about the National Bikers Roundup is that they have not graduated with the times. And I'm not being hard on them. I'm not being whatever. But understand this: the National Bikers Roundup started off the way it started, and people were riding different kind of motorcycles. Now people are riding $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 motorcycles, but you're putting people in campgrounds and mud and mud and dirt and grind. I mean, people are dropping motorcycles and all this and all that. I am personally never, I don't care nothing about the Roundup. I'm the kind of person that will probably will go to the area just to see everybody, and I'm done with it. But in my personal opinion, the Roundup it's just us. We're gonna go. I can show you, and I can tell you, just like we're doing right now. But what Two Guns and I are talking about is not just talk. This is proof and evidence that they really don't give a fuck about you. Fuck you. Period. They're telling you that. But yet and still, every year, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of us, we go and we support it.
I mean, the Bikers Roundup, man, is. I mean, I think you hit a good point. It is an old type of scenario, old situation, and that's kind of how it is. Is they do need to go to a secondary or figure out to go to a place where there is more asphalt or there's more hard surfaces. Because again, I mean, you're hitting it 100%. Cats is coming in the fairgrounds where it's muddy. I mean, I know the one that happened in Lafayette last year. Man, it rained like a motherfucker, man. And it was, man, the motherfucking mosquitoes was motherfucking flying around and lifting motherfuckers off the bikes. It was just bad.
It was so bad last year. My boy didn't brought their jet skis to the campground and got out.
I mean, it was pretty bad. And even talking to people, like I wasn't there. I didn't get a chance to go there. But when I was in Lafayette the same time frame as the bike week, as the Roundup. And so I got a chance to break bread with a bunch of guys at the hotel I was staying in, and they was coming in. And, they just kind of told me about how it was. And I remember I went to the one, I think it was down here in North Carolina. And, man, that was a swamp. And it was just a situation where, again, I think you hit it on the head, is they've got to be able to position themselves in arenas and places that can actually function as, a good place to be. I mean, if you're going to do it in Georgia, the best place to go is one of the racetracks, where they do actually the races. And because they have huge parking lots that you can park all the bikes and you can establish whatever it is. They've got serious bathroom facilities.
That's the thing. And I even brought this up to the NBR. We will pay more money for the better facilities. We don't have a problem with that.
Not even a question. Not even a question.
Because this is what I'm saying, and I want y'all to hear me. And again, I don't want to do this because I don't want to sound like I'm bashing the NBR. But all I'm saying is this, is that if it's supposed to be for the people, if the event is supposed to be for the people, then take the people to where they want to go. We do not want to be in the mud. We do not want to be, get home looking like a Nestle Crunch bar, the mosquitoes that ate you all up because you done threw it.
No, I mean, but I think you hit it on the head, man. You hit it on the head 100%. And this is times, man. We're 2020, man, and these guys. I mean, I got a trike, so I'm not necessarily worried about it. But before I had that trike, man, I had a show bike, man. I had a $25,000 bike that was the homie $20,000 bike. I mean, if I took it anywhere else, man, I had a $9,000 paint job. I had almost $15,000 just in the engine alone.
Yeah,
that's engraving and all the rest of the stuff that I had on the engine. So you talking about I'm gonna take that into some mud? Shit, I ain't taking that on some gravel.
Yeah,
and so now all of a sudden you get a situation where people got to take their bikes in the mud. They dropping their bikes, so they have issues. I mean, how you go campground? You running around. You're trying to do something. You're trying to have a good time, and you run around in mud. I mean, man, that's just not a good look. And you got to take it. You got to take those to the campgrounds where it's solid surface, where people can actually do that. But then again, the campgrounds, what do? Man, they hit you up with these insurances. They hit you up with all these rest of these things.
Yeah, but
like a lot of people don't understand how much it costs.
We'll pay it. I understand. This is what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm telling you is listen, and I'm going to say this, okay? I tell people this all the time, okay? Some of y'all are not $20 anniversaries. Some of y'all are $5 anniversaries. You got some anniversaries that can charge $30 for the week, for the whole weekend. Except, I said all that to say this. It's the same thing with these events. Some of these events are worth every dollar. That if they want $40 or $50 to get in, and I know when I get there, I can get there with my motorcycle, my sleeping bag, or my tent, and they got showers already available. Showers that I can go to. I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna spend the money. We're gonna spend the money to be to be comfortable and to be accommodated. All I'm saying is this: for me, and again, my personal opinion, and I'm done with it. The NBR, the National Bikers Roundup, has not moved into the times. I don't think they care to move into the times because why would I? And I'm just gonna say this: we can get this field for $150,000, or we can pay $500,000 for the major track. You understand what I'm saying? That's a $350 profit. We gonna stick where it's at. And again, Sel, why do we have to listen to you when they gonna come regardless? We could throw them in like they did in Mississippi. I told y'all that was a catfish pond that they drained. They drained a catfish pond that year in Mississippi. That year in Mississippi where the roundup ended on Friday. You remember what was that 2-3 years ago where they canceled the roundup on Friday, and because it flooded. That was a catfish pond that they drained and put all.
I can tell you this, man. I can tell you, man. Not even a question. Last year when I went, it was raining, and I was like, man, the best thing about that last year was Sunday. It was beautiful, and the sun was out because it rained Saturday, and it rained hard as hell. I mean, it was pouring out there, and after that, the heat came up, man, and it was just smoking out there. But I mean, I agree with you 100% on that in terms of, like people gonna come and they gonna enjoy themselves or whatever it is. But the time frame comes is if you producing something, I don't know, Ja Rule had something. I think it was Ja Rule, whatever it is, was promoting this event. It was supposed to be this huge event, and everybody was paying all this money and all these stars, and they get there and motherfuckers ain't got shit. I mean, if you're promoting that you're going to be doing this and this and that and blah, 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 and all of a sudden everybody gets there and the grounds are nasty, whatever it is, well, you just lost your following, man. You just lost a number of people because they're not going to come back to events that's like that. They're going to go to events where they can get into areas and there's not, they don't have those issues and problems. Ain't nothing worse than dropping a $25,000 bike, man.
Now the Atlanta Roundup this year probably going to be big because it's Atlanta and it's at the Motor Speedway. But it ain't gonna be. It's not gonna be at the Motor Speedway like y'all think. It's gonna be out there in the field of the Motor Speedway. But still, all in all, it's Atlanta. So all I'm telling you, man, is come, be prepared, and when you come to these type of events, if you're not coming for the umbrella of the brotherhood and the fellowship and whatever it is, then you're gonna be disappointed. All I'm telling my people, if you're listening, anybody from the NBR is listening. Man, give us a facility that we can be proud of. Give us a facility that I'm proud to bring my motorcycle in there, and I'm proud to invite, my other friends, because I'm telling you right now, I'm done with the Roundup, and that's just me hands down. Actually, FHO, the FHO family will not be here for the Roundup. We will all be in Sturgis, because the Roundup this year pushed their date back, and we were going to actually be here for Roundup and then leave and go to Sturgis, but the Roundup pushed their date back to the second weekend in August, which is normally the first weekend in August, and that's what caused the conflict. So FHO, we won't be here. We will be in Sturgis. Again, we still got rooms and stuff available in our houses for Sturgis. But again, I
wish I'd known that, man. But I got something on the 29th I got to be at. Otherwise, I would be there. But I mean, I got to go through Sturgis anyway on my route. So my route takes me through Sturgis, and I tell you what, here's the thing that's the greatest thing about Sturgis is don't go to Sturgis when Sturgis is happening. Go to Sturgis when Sturgis isn't happening. And you get a chance to actually learn Sturgis, and you get a chance to go downtown and meet all the people downtown. And even if you go to Rapid City, or it's Rapid something or whatever it is, but one of the towns that's adjacent to that, I mean, it's just beautiful. And here's the best thing about it. If you decide, I just want to go ride, roll over to Billings, Montana, and take the road that's up there, that back road that takes you out of Sturgis, man, to Billings. And I'm talking about, man, that is just a lot of hills, gorgeous routes, a lot of boulders and bricks. So you got to be careful. Don't be fucking around up there. And I'm going to tell you this, that's one of the things that I'll tell you about going to Sturgis. If you go to Sturgis and you go ride, is make sure you understand it's like going to the Dragon. Make sure you understand your level of riding. Yeah. Because the curves there ain't the curves that you find on the East Coast, unless you're in Tennessee and unless you're in some of the mountainous areas where they actually got some curves at. I mean, if you ain't used to Colorado riding, and you're probably going to have issues up there.
So that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Again, all we're saying is understand your worth, understand that your dollars do make a difference. And I'm telling you, all of you people, everybody, all of us, me, I am not going to ever beg anybody. FHO will not. None of my members, and they can call in and tell you, if we go somewhere, even if it's an anniversary, if we pull up at your anniversary party and the welcoming is just not there, the vibe is just not there, we fine. We enjoyed ourselves on the ride. We will be at the Airbnb or the hotel, and we will be doing us and having a good time. Because for me, and I'm just telling you guys, hand down, no disrespect to nobody's anniversary. Once I get there and I see you and we chop it up and we have that conversation, shit, I'm done. I mean, it's basically I don't.
Somebody was actually talking about that today, and that was one of the things too I wanted to address. But they was talking about that. They was like one of the things that people are missing in their anniversaries and their events is having somebody that actually greets the people and actually has a conversation. Like, yo, man, hey, thank you for coming. Hey, thank you for coming.
That was the purpose of the meet and greet. That was really the purpose of the meet and greet. Yeah. I mean, the whole Friday thing was...
Shit, I went to a meet and greet. Motherfucker ain't even came and had a conversation with me. I went to a meet and greet and people didn't even know who I was. I'm just sitting over in the corner chilling.
I did a show about that when I was in California with a club out of Oakland, and they are upset to the point where they threatened me where I can't come back and all this type of shit. Because I did a review on the club. And what I'm saying is this. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a topic you can get into later on, but when you miss the opportunity to meet people, that's what this whole shit is about. It's about meeting people, having fun, making new connections, and understanding that there's people in the world who look like you, who struggle like you, who got some of the same stuff that you go through, but because we ride the two wheels, that is our release. That is the way. I know for me, when I'm on my motorcycle, I can handle and conquer any and all situations because it gives me that time to think, and it gives me that time to put my mind to use. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just me. If it ain't that for you, then hey, so more power to you. But understand that at the end of the day, that's what all of this shit is about. It's about coming together. It's about being that elite group of people, that the 5% or the 10% of the people of the world that actually do ride motorcycles. Understanding that, embracing that, and loving to see each other because, again, every day we get on these motorcycles, every time I straddle that bike, I look back at my house, I do a quick mental check of everybody, and I take off because you'll never know. You
never come back.
May not. And so that's just what it is, man. I never take for granted any of my rides. Never do I take for granted. Never do I just automatically, I'm never super cocky about that. I am as humble as I can. When I get on that bike, when I go out there and it's all loaded up and I get ready to take off, that is the most humbling experience in the world to me because that is the start of the race to get back to your loved ones. That when you take off, that's when the race starts to get back to the love.
You know, so the funniest thing about motorcycle riding and being a biker is, man, when you ride your bike, can't nobody take that from you. Period. I mean, they can't take that from you. Nobody can take that from you. Those memories, those thoughts, those feelings, those emotions, I don't care what you're going through, man. You could be going through the worst times. You could be just whatever it is, the worst situation that you ever had. But that moment that you on that bike, man, can't nobody ever take that from you, man. No, never. And that's the greatest thing about this life. And that's the reason why when I talk about, and then what I wanted to address with the bike weeks and stuff like that is, don't forget that it ain't just going to bike week. It's the ride to bike week that you get a chance to learn who your brothers are. You get a chance to spend some time with your brothers. You get a chance to just break some bread with your brothers or people that you meet on the road, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to run into some folks on the road. So you get an opportunity to talk to people and just, hey, man, what's up, blah, blah, blah. And that's what, like a lot of cases, we pull up in this thing, man, everybody's mean mugging. I'm like, yo, man, hey, what's up, man? I'll go over and talk to some old folks, go over and talk to people just dressing. Hey, how you doing, this and that? I'm always a cordial person that goes over and addresses because you never know, man, that what you might have said or the words you might have said or that conversation that you might have said, what it affects people or how people look at you now. So instead of them looking at you as, there's that motherfucker, hey, man, I met this guy. He was a cool-ass dude, man. And those times that you get an opportunity to be able to be an ambassador for this lifestyle, for being a biker, you change the perception of what was originally the concepts of being a biker. man, that's what it's about, man. That love of getting on the road and breaking bread with your brothers. So, I mean, I don't care if you're trailering and breaking bread with your brothers. You still breaking bread with your brothers, but there's nothing like those miles, man. You know, there's nothing like that. You can't get that back. And trailing your ride, riding your ride, and you're 2 states away, man, you're missing the bigger picture, because the bigger picture shouldn't be about going to Black Bike Week or going to Sturgis or going to Daytona Bike Week. The big picture should be, this is the opportunity for me to ride with my brothers and get a chance to know who the fuck they are.
And just again, and I'm gonna paint this. Just imagine you've been going through whatever you've been going through for the last month or two. Here it is, a chance to go to Myrtle Beach or whatever, Atlanta Beach. You pack up your motorcycle, you get on that joint, you meet up with your brothers, and you have a ride. You stop at the gas station. Man, why? You got those laughs. You get back on your bike, you get to Bike Week, and you can get off your bike and unpack, and then go walk onto the beach, and just sit there and just thank God for what it is. These are the rides, and these are what these events are designed to do. When you go to these events, and you see the OGs, and you see the up and coming, the youngsters, and you see the beautiful ladies, and you see all of this. This is what this is designed to do, is to take your mind away from all the stuff you've been going from, and to give you the confidence and the strength, and to replenish whatever it is that you've been dealing with in the world. And that's what motorcycling is, man. That's what this shit is all about. It's about being special, and I can't stress that enough. Every one of you that ride a motorcycle is special. You are a courageous individual. You are not a normal individual. You're a different type of man or woman. So you have to embrace that, and that's what I'm doing for me. But Guns, again, as always, man. You got any last words?
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell people a quick story, man, and so you understand. Me and a brother, we met up in Denver. Man, we rode all the way into Coalinga, actually Salida, Colorado, man. Nothing but hills, nothing but this and that. We spent the whole weekend basically just kicking with each other, breaking bread or whatever it is. He left out of there, fell off the side of a cliff, rode down 200 yards, and lived. And I was able to still be able to be a part of his life, and we still are friends to this day. But that's how fickle this life is. But the times that we had, even if he would have went, I still will remember him to this day. That's just what it is. I remember that no matter what,
Wow. Well, there it is there, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Wednesday night, MC 101, Tradition and Protocol. And again, enjoy yourself, man. If Myrtle Beach is how you get down, get down. If that's all right with you, then it's all right with me. Shout out to my man, Dale Soul Williams, for the donation. Thank you, brother. Thank everybody that donates. Don't forget you can donate via Cash App or PayPal. Your donations are needed definitely to keep the channel pushing forward. And again, I want to thank everybody that was on. And I thank everybody that tuned in for all of the shows. Don't forget to follow, if you guys missed Tamika Tillman's show yet, my wife, the Queen of HD, don't forget to go on her YouTube channel and subscribe. Tamika Tillman, Temika, Tillman, Tillman, and check out her show, F Relationships. Her show last night was about money, money in a relationship, who controls the money, and it was awesome show, so check that out. And again, man, I love you guys. As always, everybody, so all my 1%ers, all of my OMCs, all of my 99%ers, all of my independent riders, and every member of FHOMA. I love you, brother. I love you, sister. And ain't nothing you can do about it. Two Guns, I love you, brother. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And see you guys again next Wednesday, God willing. Stay tuned for FHO. For the we do podcasts on the spur of the moment on a daily. So it is what it is. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you share the channel. Make sure you tell a friend. Our numbers are low. I don't know why our numbers are low. We're putting out excellent content. But let's get these numbers up, man. Let's share this knowledge. Let's share this information. And again, I just thank y'all for tuning in. All right. It's your boy, Big Cell FHH, and I see, man. Peace, my man.
All right, later, man.
All right, y'all. Again, this is Kane 4L. Check him out on SoundCloud. This song is called Cold Cell. If you haven't checked him out, subscribe, support him, show him some love. And again, man, I love you guys. Don't forget the 5 things I'm going to leave you with. Ride your own ride, stay in your own lane, mind your business, have enough love in yourself to have some love for me. In 2019, we're going to ride for love and love to ride, man. We gone, man.
I didn't hear my Uncle Big Cell in the FHO Radio.
All right, man.
All right, Guns. All right, boom. We go.